Are you a struggling dad trying to find your place and purpose but have absolutely no idea where to begin? Stick around for this week's video where we talk about the 3 critical areas that every dad has to develop to make sure that he shows up in his kids' lives in a meaningful way. Let's go. Well, welcome to this channel. My name is Marcus, and this is the Xllennial Dad, the place where dads gather together to develop themselves in spirit, soul, and body so they can show up for their kids and be present in a meaningful way. As I was thinking about creating this channel, it struck me something that hits me so close to my heart. When I look at where we are today as a culture, there's a lot of things going on. And I'll say this, we are at a critical point. We are in the middle of a dad crisis. What the world needs now more than ever are dads. We need dads, and we need dads to show up that are healthy, that are engaged, that have purpose, that love their kids, and that want to guide them in a positive direction. When I was thinking about creating this channel and what to talk about, it hit me that there are so many major downstream impacts that happen when there are good fathers taking care of their kids and fully engaged in helping to raise them. I wanted to share a little bit about myself so you can get to know me a little better. And really, please understand, I am not holding myself up as some shining example of what a father should be. I don't intend in any way, shape, or form to try to impress you, but rather impress upon you that I am just like you. And we are absolutely in this together. I have been a father for 25 years. I have 6 children. Yes, you heard that right. That's not a typo. Yes, 6 whole kids. My father was a career military guy. He was in the Navy for over 20 years. I also was a product of divorce. And after my parents split, I actually ended up with my dad, which certainly in the 1980s and 1990s wasn't such a common occurrence. And fast forward, I became a father at a very early age, and I ripped off into my fatherhood journey. And I will tell you, there were a lot of ups and downs in that. There was a lot of imperfection, a lot of mistakes, but also a lot of great joy. While I was doing my research for this channel and preparing for this video, it gave me an opportunity to really sit back and reflect on my fatherhood path. I absolutely unquestionably am a product of the 1980s and the 1990s. Hence the name of this channel, the Xllennial Dad. Do you see what I did there? Huh? Okay. And as I sit down and think about the picture of fatherhood, even in my lifetime, there's certainly a lot of mixed messages. You know, as I said earlier on, being a product of the 80s and 90s, the idea of being a dad and masculinity, it kind of ranges somewhere between and
I'm sorry?
You apologize too much.
Sorry about that.
And because of that, there's just a lot of confusing ideas and messages about what it means to be a good dad, a good, healthy, strong, masculine role model for my children. I'm lucky enough to be a dad of both sons and daughters. And so there's a lot of interesting and different dynamics within that. In my time as a dad, me and my kids have been through it all. We've gone ups and downs, challenges, triumphs, really cool victories, super frustrating disappointments, and even heartbreak. Unquestionably, my path of being a dad has been an absolute blessing, and I would never do it any other way. When I was young, I never in a bajillion years thought I would have been a father of 6 kids. Just never crossed my mind. I came from a family of 2 kids. When I was 8 years old, if you would have asked me how many kids that I wanted to have, I would have told you easy, right? I want 18 Transformers. That's what I would have said.
You are either lying or you're stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
So I never thought I would be a dad of this many kids, and I'm so grateful for it. But make no mistake about it, being a dad, it has a cost. And it is a cost that I and everyone watching this video, I know, would absolutely unquestionably pay every day of the week. But it is a cost nonetheless. There's a toll, right, to your body, to your mind, your emotional health, to you spiritually. When I look at the cost of being a dad, there's impacts in multiple different ways. There's impacts financially, obviously, because having kids, dang, it's expensive, right? Then there's the cost to our health. Listen, for me personally, I have had my ups and downs with health. When we start talking about weight, I've been up and I've been down, and I want to share about that in this journey because I've learned a lot of lessons through that. I had the unique opportunity of winning 2 transformation contests, and so I've learned a lot of things about how my body actually impacts the rest of my life, and certainly my ability to be a good dad. Also, there's the toll of mental health. This is a topic, I want to scooch into this topic carefully because this is a topic that most dads, most dudes absolutely don't ever want to talk about, and that is the topic of mental health. How do you deal with depression? We live in a culture that doesn't want to accept any perceived weakness from a man. How do you deal with that? How do you strengthen yourself from a mental and emotional health standpoint? Me and my kids have also gone through the heartbreak of divorce and even have walked through the journey of remarriage. And one of those beautiful kids of mine is actually a bonus son. So, you start talking about the whole world of integrating, blending families together and being a stepdad too. And through all of those different experiences, the ups, the downs, I really took away one lesson about being a dad that struck me at my core. I've had the opportunity to meet a mentor and a hero in my life, a guy by the name of Bill Phillips. And I heard him say this one time, and it stuck with me. He said this: the best gift you can ever give your children is the gift of a healthy father. That was a powerful lesson for me, and it's something I carry with me all the time because I know this: when I'm making that investment in building a strong dad, building a strong Marcus, a healthy Marcus, a physically fit Marcus, a spiritually fit Marcus, an emotionally and mental health fit Marcus, that I'm able to show up for my kids so much better. It impacts everything. So what is this channel about? It's about you. Are you a married dad in the home? Are you a single dad? Are you a weekend dad? Are you a grandfather who's filling in the gap for a dad that's not in the picture? Are you a stepdad? Whatever the case may be, this channel is about you. Through my challenges with weight, divorce, depression and mental health, remarriage and step-parenting, I've learned a lot, and I want to share that with you. I've learned that there are 3 parts to your being, you, that you absolutely must develop on a continual basis if you want to show up in a meaningful way and make an impact on your kids' lives. Those 3 areas are your spirit, your soul, and your body. I want to pause for just a second and make a note here, and I want to be very clear. I'm going to talk about spiritual things here, and I'm going to refer to my faith to illustrate universal spiritual principles. I make absolutely no bones about it. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus, but I also understand that not everybody shares that same faith and belief. My desire here is to create a community of dudes, a community of dads across all different spectrums to be able to grow one another together. So If I'm sharing something in the spiritual realm, this is my challenge to you. If you don't share my spiritual beliefs, that's okay. Chew up the meat and spit out the bones. Some mentors in my life would always tell me when I was sitting down and having a meaningful and even a spiritual conversation, take what you like and leave the rest. This idea of these three parts really comes from my faith. If you look in the Bible, in the book of Genesis chapter 1:26, God says when he created man, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. And I think this is really that first glimpse into what we refer to as the Trinity, that there is our God who has three parts, and that we were made in that same image like him. I believe that we also carry three parts, and those are the three parts that I want to talk to you about developing. Number one is our spirit. That is our connection to our Creator, right? Number two is our soul. That is our mind, our will, and our emotions. And number three is the meat sack that contains all of that. The reason I think it's so important to discuss these matters is because every single part, every component of that being, it's like a balloon. If you push on it in one spot, it affects other spots. This channel is intended to explore that. How is it that I can get in better shape? How can I be more healthy? We're going to talk about your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions. How is it that I can learn some tools, tangible tools, that will allow me to be able to develop the mindset and emotional state that will allow me to be that anchor in my children's life? And of course, spirituality. We have a vertical relationship with our Creator. We also have horizontal relationships outside of us. And if we don't learn to develop ourselves spiritually and approach the world in a spiritually whole place, it will have impacts on every single person we come in contact with. Most importantly, our family. So that is the focus of this channel. We're going to talk about how we can develop these tools in these three areas of our lives so we can show up. When I was going through a very difficult time in my life, I had a motto I would say to myself over and over and over again. To give my best, I must be my best. That's what this is about. So my hope is that you are getting value out of this. So please hit that like button. And if you want to hear more and learn more, hit the subscribe button and also the bell notification so you can get notified every time I post a new video. I will be uploading fresh new content every week so we can explore this thing together. I want to laugh, I want to grow, and I want to build a community with other like-minded dads that want to do the same. Listen, Dad, you're more than an ATM. You're more than a paycheck. You're more than a provider. You have incredible value and purpose. And there are things that only you can impart to your kids. So let's do this together. Whew. I should have worn my glasses. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to crack off a little dad rap for you. Just kidding. That will never happen. Or, maybe I'm going. No, I'm going. I'm going right now. Oh no, I'm going. Man, why can I not spit this out? I said journey, and I feel like I'm kind of in a really bad episode of The Bachelor right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and no journey.